Hello everybody and welcome to this week's edition of our weekly market review. This is week 15 in the year 2022. All right, and we're going to be taking a look at what we expect from the currency markets the in the current week or in the coming week. All right. So today's Sunday. This is Sunday, the 3rd of April. So we're going to just take a quick look at the markets, how far they've gone, what we should expect, and the overall picture of what the market might be looking like this week. All right. Last week was a really tumultuous um, period in the market. There was no real direction, and a whole lot of commodities flopped a bit. But I thought the first quarter of the year was coming to an end, and rounding off of books, closing of accounts, people, firms, companies trying to capitalize on the first quarter gains. All right, so that they could prepare for the second quarter a lot better. And this is April, which is the start of the second quarter, and I have really high hopes about what we should expect from the markets starting from this week. All right, from the fundamental point of view, there's going to be a whole lot going on in the next couple of weeks, but especially next week, which is the 16th week. But aside the fundamentals, all right, let's take a look at the technical point of things and get an understanding of what we could expect. So this is the Australian index. This is the AXY, all right, which gives us an overview of what we might likely be seeing from the Australian dollar. And currently, we can all see clearly that this is on the weekly time frame, and price is at a key zone. All right, price is currently at a key level. We've broken structure to the downside. We're looking probably at some bearish continuation. All right. So for me, I'm expecting the Aussie, the Australian dollar to get a little bit weaker. All right. I want to see at least probably this lows taken out, right, so that price can come maybe towards this region. All right, towards this region, or perhaps maybe somewhere around here. All right, maybe somewhere around here. It's a long shot, but this is my expectation. I'll be expecting something like this from the Australian dollar. So let's take a look quickly at the US dollar, which is the DXY, the US dollar index. All right, so this is the DXY on the weekly time frame. This is the DXY on the weekly time frame. We've had a lot of interesting reactions so far from DXY. Currently, price is within this supply zone, but we're seeing DXY, throwing a whole lot of effort. All right, that makes it seem like the dollar doesn't want to get weaker anytime soon. However, there's this zone that I have my gaze on. Right, I'm watching to see what price does around that zone, saying that we've broken this trend line. All right, we made equal lows, so my expectation would be that maybe perhaps we have something like this. All right, maybe something like this. All right, and then from there we can see a continuation to the upside, because this untested region here, there's a bit of imbalance around here, and price has not yet tapped into it at all. So I will be expecting at least a degree of weakness from the dollar, at least, although it's going to get stronger over time. Get stronger for a couple of days, and then maybe before we begin to see that drop. All right. Next, we're going to take a look at DXY, which is the British Pound Index. The So on the weekly time frame, we can see that price is currently approaching the lower phase of this large wedge here. All right, we've seen that initial rejection from that area. So basically, what I want to see is maybe a retest of this area. All right, and a bit of manipulation, and then price comes back up here. All right, but over on the overall, we can be expecting the pound to get a little bit stronger over the next couple of days and weeks. All right, so this is from a technical point of view. All right, remember at any time the market can choose to misbehave. This is why we need further confirmations from other commodities, correlation analysis, and things like that. So next we're going to take a look at CAD index, which is the Canadian index, Canadian dollar index. All right, CXY. Let's see what that looks like on the weekly time frame. All right, so this is CXY on the weekly time frame. We're looking like it's looking like we're getting set for some bullish price action. All right, we've seen this inverted head and shoulder kind of structure. So basically, we might be seeing in this manner. I would want to see something like this, all right, price break clearly above the previous high, and then we can start to talk about the possibility of a retest and a shoot back to the top here, all right. But all of these are tentative, all right. We still have to see some solid reaction on the lower time frames and some further confirmation from other commodities, all right. But on the overall, this is the expectation that I have for Canadian dollar. All right. Another one that we will be looking at right now is the EXY. All right, which is the Euro index. All right, still on the weekly time, and currently I want to see price shoot all the way back at least to somewhere around here. All right, so that's my expectation on the Euro index. So we're looking at EXY getting stronger, GBP getting stronger. We're looking at the dollar getting stronger. So that's for the indices. All right, so let's quickly take a look at the commodity card JPY. All right, or let's start with Euro USD. Let's start with Euro USD. All right, so this is Euro USD. We've seen this reaction from this level here. All right, we've seen that rejection from this level here. On the daily time frame, I think I had something marked up around here. Yeah, beautiful. So we saw this break of trend line, and currently it looks like we're seeing the retest of that trend line. We might come a bit lower to this level, all right, before prices finally shoot back up. But nonetheless, that's my expectation. I want to see, because on the overall we're expecting some degree of strength from the euro. So probably from here or here, we might begin to see some serious bullish pressure, although my chips will be aligned more towards this direction. All right, basically because we want to see this imbalance get filled back up. All right, so let's take a look at Euro GBP. All right, so this is Euro GBP on the weekly time frame. We've had this quite steady kind of downtrend. We've had that pretty straightforward downtrend. Let's all right. So currently on the daily time frame, we might be seeing. All right, we've seen a break of structure here. All right, we've seen another break of structure there. We're looking at this right here. So, well, basically, what I might be expecting would be that price drops into this zone. Maybe we see a bit of manipulation, and then we shoot all the way back up here from this zone. All right, that would be my first instinct, or my major inclination. All right, that we see some degree of GBP. So basically, my bias is quite bullish. Next, we want to take a look at XAUUSD, which is simply gold. Let's see what gold has in store for us. All right, so this is gold. I had all of this mapped up for the previous week, even though I really couldn't trade some of the setups because they happened while I was away from the charts. But basically, what we can see is that we've seen this major break in structure on the weekly time frame, and basically, what we might be seeing is that price comes back into this zone, all right, to shoot even much higher. All right, my own that's my own expectation nonetheless. But we can also, we can also picture some certain reaction, although my chips are still saying it's bullish. All right, I'm still betting on the bullish probability. All right, I'm still leaning more towards that direction. But we've seen a bit of manipulation here, liquidity grabs over here. So basically, when price drops into this zone, I would be expecting some solid reaction for gold, all right, so that we can add even much higher. All right. Next, we want to take a look at USD JPY. Then we do GBP JPY. All right. Recently, we saw a huge decline in JPY. All right, and that was basically because it was already towards the end of the financial year in Japan. All right, so many investors were basically booking profits for the fiscal year, so that so that was basically what led to that huge decline in the JPY because investors were capitalizing. That does not mean that we will not be seeing some really heavy comeback from the JPY. Personally, for me on the USD JPY, I want to see a drop. All right, I want to see USD JPY drop. Remember, we said initially when we looked at the DXY pair index. All right, we saw that we might see a temporary strength on the dollar, and then a huge decline. All right, so that's just in line with what my expectation is for USD JPY. All right, currently we might just see a bit of manipulation around that other block. All right, we might just see, price play around that other block before it finally gives us any real directional bias. All right, but whichever way it goes, this is my expectation on USD JPY. So quickly, let's take a look at GBP JPY. All right, on the weekly time frame, GBP JPY is almost similar to USD JPY, but the directions are quite different. All right, in the sense that we've seen all of these lows down here. All right, we've seen we're also looking at break of structure multiple times to the upside. All right, this is one, and then we're also looking at this. All right, this is another break of structure. All right, so basically, if I was to answer the question, where is GBP JPY going next? All right, this would be, all right, somewhere around here. All right, which is the 170.3 region. Because basically it looks like we've broken out of the zone here. All right, it looks like that to me. I don't want to say certainly, but it looks so much like that to me. So basically, we might just see a sluggish decline. All right, in the in the JPY to consolidate a little bit, and then we see that shoot all the way up there. But this is basically my own expectation. This is just my own opinion. All right, it's definitely not yet a financial advice unless you know what you're doing. You're able to do all of the multi-time frame analysis and correlation analysis, and then get exactly the kind of confirmation required to be able to take this trade, with ease. All right, but basically, this is my expectation on GBP JPY. All right, we might see that bit of that decline maybe to somewhere around here. All right, which aligns perfectly with that trend line, and then we can be able to begin to expect the continuation, the bullish continuation on GBP JPY, GBP JPY. All right. So quickly, let's look at the last commodity. We're going to take a look at USD CAD. All right, let's do that on the weekly first. All right. Some of my subscribers during the week, we saw price break out of this accumulation phase. All right, which begins to tell us that we should be expecting some really really large moves on the USD card. All right, we should be expecting some large moves on the USD card. On the I think it was 15 minutes time frame, I was able to get in on this retest. All right, nonetheless, we might be seeing a much bigger retest. All right, that will set us up for maybe perhaps the drop all the way back down. All right, we've seen equal lows here. All right, so we might be seeing price come into maybe here, maybe even lower peradventure here. All right, we might be seeing price come even this low, okay, which would mean that we might see price tap into this area and then shoot back up. All right, so this is my own opinion. This is my own bias regarding USD card. All right, so if you have any views or any commodities that you would like to ask my opinion about, kindly drop that in the comment section. If you've seen or learned something from this video, please also just click on the like button. Let me know what it is that you think in the comment section. um, you know Basically these are overviews, so we're still going to need to do a whole lot of lower time frame breakdown and lower time frame analysis in order to be able to time our entries properly, all right, so that we can be able to maximize all of this information that we have at our disposal. All right, so let me hear what you think about all of this analysis, and till then, take good care of yourself and have a lovely beautiful trading week.